Back once again for the renegade master. 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 Back once again for the renegade master.
Hello my renegades and welcome back. And what are we getting back into? We are getting back into Married at First Sight Australia. We are on series 11 episode 16. I'm at a loss for words. I am. I'm at a loss for words for this episode altogether. I think I might just go straight into the dinner party because that was fucking hell in a motherfucking handbasket. Like, seriously, hell in a motherfucking handbasket for me. But before I get into it, as I always say, please hit that subscribe button, please hit that notification button so you know I'm on and doing videos. And let's get into this episode. So we know everybody's gonna meet all the new couples that are coming in and seeing how everybody's getting on. All the OG couples coming and everybody's looking okay. There is something afoot because it's come to the attention of one of the other couples, namely Lauren, that Jonathan went to the gym with Jack, and basically Jack had turned around and said that he hopes that the couple swaps week comes, so if any of the other lads want to go sleep with his wife, then they're welcome to do so, whoever gets paired with her, because he doesn't want to do it. So that kind of sounded like Jack was pimping his wife out there, and then he was pimping Tori out fully. I'm beyond disgusted with this man. Like, seriously beyond disgusted with this man. And at this point, I was thinking, okay, so now Lauren knows this information. She obviously wants to tell Tori about what had been said and what had been shared with her. So I'm thinking, okay, if Tori's going to hear this information from her girls, hopefully she will listen and take it on board and do something. My first thought was, how much you want to bet Jack will spin this like a mofo and say it was a joke first and foremost? And I'll tell you for why. There is a reason why he told Jonathan. There's an absolute reason why he told Jonathan, and we'll get to that reason very, very quickly. So before we get to the dinner party, we see like all the other couples getting on, getting ready and everything like that. So after Lawrence had that information through, you see that the camera then goes over to Tori and Jack's apartment. They're both looking happy with each other. Jack's coming in looking all suave and basically talking about how the new people are coming in. He's telling her about new babes coming in. So basically, they might knock Tori off her perch. And she's like, oh, okay, she finds this shit funny. I don't know how their jokes go between them two. I don't know how they joke with each other between them two. But this type of banter ain't the banter I would want to hear if I'm looking to get on with my husband, if I'm looking to get past this marital bed situation with my husband, because apparently between Jack and Tori already it's been 6 weeks, and I'm sure Jack already talked about the 6-week mark, and if it ain't happening, it ain't gonna happen. So if I was Tori, I'd be kind of worried at this point anyway. But for him to make the jokes that he say he is making, yeah, I don't get it. There's dark humour and then there's not so dark humour. That's not dark humour to me. You coming in and telling me about how new people are coming in and maybe one of those babes will knock me off my perch, don't fill me with confidence with you in the slightest. It really don't. I'm confident in myself, but as I keep saying, Jack is literally going to chip away at this girl's confidence, like seriously, and all she's going to do is see Jack. He's got her place where he wants her right now. So on the way to the dinner, Lauren turns to Jonathan, and I need you to remember this beat. Lauren turns to Jonathan in that travel to the dinner and says to Jonathan completely that she is going to call Jack out. Jonathan said that it will be awkward with the boys' chats, but told her that that's okay and he will have her back. I'm like, did he fuck? Like, seriously, did this man have her back? Oh my God. And this, all I'm going to say is, when the situation did get called out, and I will get there, when the situation did get called out, All Lauren wanted from Jonathan at that point is be the man that she wanted him to be the person that said in that carriage, the taxi or whatever, to have her back. That's all she wanted from this man, to show her that, you know what, we're in this together. Yeah. Jonathan's not that man. He ain't. He's not that man. He ain't about that life. He seriously is not about that life in the slightest. So everybody's all coming in. So you get, I think it's Lauren who pulls Sarah to the side first, tells Sarah what's happened in terms of what Jonathan has told her. So they're like, oh my God. So she's kind of like, I'm going to have to tell Tori. And Sarah's like, I'm with you on that one, because it was absolutely fucking disgusting what he said. So then Eden comes in and they tell Eden exactly what happened, and she was like, what, are you serious? All the experts, when they heard, absolutely disgusted by what he was saying. All I kept on saying is, this man's going to spin it. Trust me, Tori's still going to follow behind this man like a fucking limpet to a biscuit. She's still going to follow this man. She's going to risk everything for this man at the end of the day. So then when I think Tori and Jack are the last ones to come in, because everybody else is coming after that. And basically, they're sitting down. Lauren, Sarah and Eden are sitting down, and Lauren's like, I don't know how I'm going to get her over here. I don't know what I'm going to say. So then Tori goes over and decides that she's going to get a drink. You hear Jack calling her name across the room, Tori, but she's ignoring him at that point. So then Lauren, Sarah and Eden grab her for a chat. Well, mainly Lauren, because Lauren is the one that had the information shared to her, so she is going to share this information to Tori. So they're all sitting down on the sofa. You see Jack looking at them thinking, okay, what the fuck, something's happening, but I don't know what. So he's there trying to concentrate on what Ash is saying in regards to his wedding and the fact that, you know, Madeline was crying over motherfucking cows, but Jack was not interested. All he was interested in is the fact that the girls had pulled Tori for a chat. Now, I knew Jack at that point knew probably what was going to be said, because it was Lauren that pulled Tori. So he knew if Lauren was pulling Tori for a chat, he knew that Jonathan would have said something to Lauren, no doubt about it. So he literally had to get his story in his mind already of what he was going to say. That's how I'm seeing it. He was spin doctoring it already by that point. So then Lauren turns to Tori and tells Tori exactly what Jonathan had said to him and what Jack had been going around saying outside of their marriage in regards to not being attracted to her, in regards to the fact that, you know, this man just decided that he was going to pimp you out in Wife's Up Week. And Tori did look shocked. She looked genuinely shocked. She looked like the person that she did not know this man had said this shit. She didn't know how to take it. She was processing that information. She looked absolutely flabbergasted by it. She was trying not to show any emotions, but you couldn't help but see how each and every piece of that story was playing across her face. Now, that told me that this girl did not know this information beforehand. She honestly did not know that Jack had said this shit to Jonathan in the slightest. So what grapples my mind is the fact that she literally turned around and made it as though she already knew this information, but I'll get to there in a second. I will get to there in a second. So now, as they get called into the room, everybody's sitting down. Jack, I told you, has already planned what he's going to do in his mind. He's going to bite the bullet straight away. So they're all sitting down, eating, comfortable, whatnot. Isn't Lauren that brings it up? Because, you know, Lauren did give Tori the heads up that she was going to have this conversation with Jack. She probably didn't know when she was going to have it, but she was going to pull him up about it. So it was Jack then that turns around and says to Lauren, you got something to say? Lauren was like, what? I don't know what you mean. Have I got something to say? So basically, Jack saw it as he's watched them pull his wife for a chat. Dave must have said something, yeah, because Tori's now coming, pissed off, upset. He's trying to talk to her, and she is not giving him any type of acknowledgement in the slightest. She ain't looking at him. She ain't answering him. So he knows that Dave said something to her, and he knew exactly what it is that they'd said to her. I know he did. So then Jack again turns around to Lauren and basically calls Lauren out, and I was like, oh, Jackie boy, wrong move, because you're doing that to the wrong person at the end of the day, because Lauren is not shy in coming forward, let's just put it that way. So Lauren turns around and says to him, don't come at me like that. So Jack turns around and says, what have you done to my wife? So Lauren turns around and says, well, what have you said to Jono? That got Jack's attention. Jack was silent. Then a motherfucker. That man didn't peep at first. Did not say anything to peep at first. All that happened was that man's eyes were twitching, because you know the bullshit was about to hit the fan. So then Jack then tried to act all shocked, and lo and behold, he said it was a joke. And I said, really, my guy? That was a joke? Okay. I knew he would go the joke route. So even Jonathan at that point said that was a weird joke to make. So Lauren called him out on it and said, okay, let me know what the joke was. Tell us what the joke is. Jack turns around and said, it's not appropriate to say at the dinner table. And I was like, hold on, my guy. It's not appropriate for you to say in mixed company. It's not appropriate for you to say at the dinner table in front of Tori. But yet it was appropriate enough for you to say in front of Jonathan or to Jonathan at a crowded gym. Make that make sense. Someone make that make sense at the end of the day. And Sarah kind of said the same thing. Because everybody now wants to know the joke. Everybody at the table wants to know this joke that Jack had said. Tori's still quieter than a church mouse. Ain't said nothing, won't look at no one, just looking far ahead. So Sarah obliges people and tells them all what Jack had said. The whole table went silent. Like, the whole table went silent and looked at him as if to say, what? You said what, my dude? That really came out of your mouth? Like, seriously, that really came out of your mouth? Jack was quiet. Tori didn't know where to put herself. So Jack then goes for Sarah, and Jack says, anything I say to Jono, I can say in front of Tori, or I say to Tori. And I'm like, but Tori didn't know this little joke that you had with Jonathan at the end of the day, my guy. So no matter how you try to spin it this time, you know full well that Tori did not know that you made this comment. Tori does not know that you've made so many other comments outside of your marriage in regards to you not being attracted to this girl. But he wants to continue reigning oblivious, right? So then Jack turns around and said 100% he owns what he said, but it was a joke. And Sarah point blank told him that we don't joke about things like that. And this is Jack though. He's hella disrespectful. He don't take no responsibility for the bullshit that comes out of his mouth, because he's always got fucking dickhead, yeah? And the dickhead that I mean is Tori, literally defending his fucking bullshit 24/7. All I know, this girl ain't said nothing, you know. All I know, this girl ain't said nothing. So this man, bearing in mind, totally pimped this girl out to the rest of the group in Wife Swap Week. He point blank said he ain't gonna sleep with her, so another husband can. Basically pimped her out to the full. Said it was a joke. What does Tori do? Tori agrees with him. Tori literally sits there and agrees with this man. Literally sits there and hold on to this man's arm like she needed a lifeline. I was just like, is this girl for real? Is this girl for real? Is this girl for real right now? She's trying to say in the beginning bits, when she first started this, that she was a take no shit girl, yeah. That she was a bit of a control freak and independent to a fault. This does not compute to the same girl that spoke that day. I'm like, how far has she gone down that hole? Like, seriously, how far has she fallen to that sunken place? If Jack even taps a fucking cup, is she going to come back? Because I don't think so. I really don't think so. She's gone. She's literally gone. And the fucked up thing of it is Jack was literally at that table bullying Jonathan into submission, bullying Jonathan into not having his wife back. Now, if Jonathan knows point blank period that Lauren is telling the truth because it was what was told to him at the gym that he relayed to Lauren, you have her motherfucking back come hell or high motherfucking water at the end of the day. And that's what pissed me off about Jonathan, because I'm like, how are you letting this man, this dibby dickhead of a man, beat you into submission with his mouth? Because I'm telling you, that shit couldn't fly with me. Could not fly with me. Could not fly with me. I don't know what that was, but Jonathan literally lost his voice partway in between. When he was trying to talk, Jack kept on because he was literally beating him verbally, as if to say, you better follow what I say right now. You better follow what I say. I swear to God, this is bro code right here. That's the card Jack was playing with his words, because Jack likes to play wordplay with his words. So he was literally trying to beat Jonathan into submission with his words by saying, this is bro code now. You better stand on my side because you know your wife is in the wrong, is what he was saying. And what does Jonathan do? Jonathan follows suit, meek and mild, throws Lauren under the freaking wheels of that bus and then backs onto her. Not even a beep in sight to let her know that, this bus is coming. No, he just boom, flattens her to the asphalt, flattens her to the tarmac. Never may she rise again. Literally, Lauren looked at him as if to say, my guy, what the fuck? Because at the end of the day, you was the one that told her this information. She told you in a fucking car on the ride over there that she was going to let loose this information. I was like, okay. Yeah, and this is Jonathan don't get this is what Lauren's talking about. They might as well call Jonathan and Lauren's marriage over, like seriously, because that shit was absolute bullshit. And then to top it off, Jack had the audacity to turn around and say to Jonathan about Lauren, she won't shut her mouth. Put a muzzle on your woman. Put a muzzle on your woman. Oh, and Jonathan sat there, and all Jonathan was said is, don't you talk to her like that. No, Jonathan. Nicey is gone out the window from the moment Jack said that. That would have pulled up at the table and said, me and you out there now, because we're going to have a fucking talk about what you just fucking said to my wife about put muzzle on my wife. Are you dizzy, blood? Oh my God. I just... And then, to top it off, everybody was kind of throwing Lauren under the fucking bus. Tori threw her under the bus with Tori's fucking bullshit about how she was eyeing Lauren across that table, like giving her the devils across that table. So Lauren asked her, are you okay? And she was like, well, no, not really. And then literally started digging into Lauren about the fact that she didn't have to do this here. She could have done it by text. She could have done this, X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, no, my girl. Because the moment Lauren brought it to you before you went into the dinner hall, yeah, you could have turned to Lauren, because you remember Tori said that Jack had already told her this and said it was a joke, yeah? So if she'd already knew about this, she could have turned to Lauren and said, you know what, don't worry about it, love. He's already told me this and I took it as a joke, so don't worry, seriously, you don't need to bring nothing up. It's all good in the hood. She could have said that to her, but she didn't. She really didn't, because she knew Lauren was going to say something in there to Jack. But push come to shove, it actually wasn't Lauren that brought it up like that at the table. It was your husband. So the person who you should have pulled up was your fucking husband, I'm afraid, because he was the one that tried to draw Lauren out, not the other way round. So Tori should have spoke to her husband at that point, yeah? Not blame Lauren for doing it in the way that she did it, because if Jack had shut his mouth, it wouldn't have got that way. And then the fact that you literally skip over the fact that your man, your husband, your whatever, told her man to put a muzzle on it and that's the man you want to align yourself with? That says something about Tori's character at the end of the day. That really says something about Tori's character. And then you get to the bit where Lauren is literally having this discussion with Jonathan at the table, and I swear to God, if Jack smizes one more time, I am liable to reach my hand through the TV screen and smack that smize off his face, because I swear to God he was getting on my nerves, because he was going on like he was the cat that got the cream, because he got away with it again. He's fucking got away with it again, innit? Because Tori don't pull him up about bullshit, don't pull him up about nothing. And it's the fact that Lauren sit there and told Jonathan where he'd gone wrong, in the fact that he should have had her back. And he actually sat there twice and said to her, what you said, Jack said, was correct. So why did you not say that to the rest of the group? Can you say that out loud, please, right now? Because you made everybody throw me under the bus and make me look like a liar on something that you told me. Then he tried to turn around and say to Lauren, well, at the end of the day, I told you something in confidence. I didn't know you was going to go and bring it to the group in the way. Jonathan, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth right now, my guy. Because Lauren told you in the car that she was going to do it. She told you in the car that she was going to do it. Nah, you see that? No. You see that? I'm sorry. But the way I am with my friends, and if Lauren was my friends, them they would not have been able to talk to her like that. Wouldn't go on, because they would have seen my bad side. They would have rather seen my bad side. So basically, it goes towards like Tim and Tristan are having a conversation at the table as well. This is before like the conversation between Jonathan and Lauren, because after that conversation had happened, Lauren got up from the table and walked away, basically, because by that point she was done, so she had walked away. So there was, as I said, there was a conversation between Tristan and Tim, and basically Tim had gone through the situation where he'd lost his family members, and in a way that he'd lost them, and the reason why he's the way that he is saying the scars on his heart are all from the people that he's loved, because on his deathbed his father literally turned around to him and said he didn't like him. And I was like, how could you do that to your child? How could you do that to your child? And this is why Tim is the way he is, and all I'm saying is, if he opened up to Lucinda, like, I know he's trying right now and they're in a good space right now, but if he fully opened up to Lucinda, and Lucinda could take everything that he was going to give her, they would be an amazing couple. Like, seriously, they would be an amazing couple, because Lucinda has that temperament and that aura about her. I love Lucinda. I ain't gonna lie, I do love Lucinda. So throughout the episode as well, they do go to like the other couples and have conversations with them in terms of how they're getting on. Stephen and Michael getting on well. Jade and Ridge, you can see, getting on well. It comes to Madeline and Ash. Ash is basically saying to the group in front of everybody, you know, he's already said that it isn't where he wants it to be, but he's hoping as time goes on that it can be built upon. So he's saying that they're not where he believes it to be. So then they go to Madeline. And why does this girl sit there telling this whole story about how the fuck that she's never been in love with someone in the way that she's in love with them right now? Ash was looking at her like, he literally was like, what in the actual fuck am I listening to right now? Because I'm sure I just said this. And I'm sure this girl just heard me say this in front of all these people at this table. And now she's trying to tell people how much she's in love with me. Ash don't know whether he's coming or going. He's just like, I don't know what to do no more. I literally don't know which personality I'm supposed to love the most. He's got his work cut out for him. He really has. He really has. And this is why I've got it in my head that I'm thinking, this, is Madeline actually real? Is that's how she is in real life? Like, seriously, because this is coming off like the actress in her, to be fair. It's coming off of, this is what she wants people to see about herself. And I'm thinking, is she really this kooky? Is she really this strange? Or is this just a full-on act that's going on right now? Because I'm just like, how can you be apparently so in tune but then miss everything about your husband and what he just said? How can you do that? Yeah, okay. So that is all I have for you for this episode, but I'll be back very soon for the next episode. As I always say, please hit that subscribe button, please hit that notification button so you know I'm on and doing videos, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Peace out.